So there's nothing changing in your life. Well, here's the alert. Nothing changes. There is nothing that's changing. Nothing is changing. Nothing changes. Something changes. Everything changes. Do you hear the constant within the phonetics of what I'm saying? Change is permanent, is infinite. Nothing will change, or everything will change. What you have the ability to control is the nothing to the something. What you cannot control is change. So when nothing in your life is changing, change is still occurring. You just somehow veiled yourself from the something or the everything, and you are experiencing a true case of nothing in your life is changing. Nothing in your life is evolving, but evolution is permanent as well. Change the word in the beginning and pay attention to the other aspect. The other aspect is what we don't focus on. The other aspect of that sentence, the nothing is changing. The is like the fulcrum between the two energies that exist. It's the same as the conscious mind and your unconscious mind of thinking. So your unconscious or your subconscious mind is saying change is permanent. The idea that change is not permanent, or the belief system that change is not permanent, is constructed by the active living mind of the ability and the potential for a human to be able to create who they are and who they are not at all times. And that ability is permanent. See, that ability is not even limited to you being birthed or dying, because you as a being who changes is permanent. So how do you tap into that permanence of change? Well, the simple answer is doing nothing at all. It's simple, but I didn't say it was easy. But it's as simple as that. But it's not easy. To be able to arrive to the simple, to be able to unveil your ability to be able to become the something is changing, whatever it is that your desires are wanting to be flourished with. For you to attract that desire, you have to be able to attract the frequency for you to be able to exist at that. So when nothing in your life is changing, then change your way of seeing it. Change that nothing into an opportunity. Change that distraught. Change the bad things that are happening to you into opportunities for you to be able to engage as to the emotional component that's holding you down, the mental component that might be holding you down as well, or physical as well. Whatever those components are that are attached to that become more illuminated once you start to self-absorb, once you start to do nothing at all by completely submitting to yourself in the highest regard, even when you feel at your lowest. See, the fastest way of arriving is when you're actually at your lowest, because now you can see nothing but up. But when you're in the middle between above and below and you're undecisive, it seems really hard because you have like a multitude of the decisions to make. But when you're at the bottom, man, when you're there, then you're starting to master a lot of the things that only you can experience, so that with time, once you ascend into the frequency of your desires and become that, then you will become a teacher remembered to only yourself. And you have no choice but to walk as one who speaks your inner truth to anyone who is near you. You're not their teacher. All you're doing is working within your frequency of existence of a conscious being you are. So again, by doing nothing, and by sitting consciously, and by receiving, by paying attention to constant change that represents wind or breath within you, and paying attention, as in past videos, as I mentioned, to your ability to breathe in who you are and breathe out who or what no longer serves you, such as carbon dioxide, which is potentially toxic and poison. But remember that toxicity, that poison, or that poop, or that caca that no longer serves you is fertilizer to Mother Earth. It's also what the tree uses to breathe in, to recycle oxygen in return. So your darkest nature, your distortions are simply your mind constructing an emotional charge. And once you self-aware once again, to heal from that emotional charge by doing nothing, but by vibrating that frequency of being self-aware that you're more than just nothing changes. But you are the one that can make a different decision into just simply changing. Whether your something is changing or your nothing is changing, change is permanent. Remember that you are permanent. Remember that you are eternal, not limited to your physical experience as being a human being you are. And only that can be unraveled and unveiled within you, which is why nothing seems to be changing, because your desires is to be able to go as deep as your heart's desire. And because of that, nothing will change until you become the something, until you become the change. You no longer search for change and you vibrate at the frequency of change. Now you understand what I'm always mentioning is Bruce Lee is become like water, my friends. Be the water, be the wind, be the fire, be the earth, be the one who works and culminates within the 4 elements of your very existence simply by submitting to eternal change already happening. All you need to do is self-illuminate and become self-aware.